This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Viewers, and welcome to News Tonight with me, Ashmit. Now, as the assembly polls near, common man's issues are doubling up as poll planks. But even as politicians claim to fight our cause, does the fight itself leave the ordinary man as collateral damage? Today's trade union elections and political buzz surrounding it made the day that much more difficult for the ordinary commuters. Our senior correspondent Peer Mohammed will tell us more about that. Welcome to the show again. Let's take a look at the stories making headlines at this hour. Supreme Court slams the CBI yet again, demands answers as to why Raja was not questioned. Blast rocks Army's ammunition factory in Ooty, 5 people reported dead. Monsoons are far from over, rains will lash southern Tamil Nadu coast, says the Met Department. Schools expected to remain closed. The Supreme Court allows the Tamil Nadu government to continue Jallikuttu for 5 months, but order comes with a rider. Political stroke play leaves the public as collateral damage. Trade union polls cripple public transportation.
1.5 hours மேல வெயிட் பண்ணிருக்கேன் அந்த பஸ்ஸுக்கோசரம். 5:30 க்கு முடிச்சு இங்க வந்து என்னது 6:45 மேலயும் பஸ் கிடையாது.
State Basketball Association and the corporation slug it out even as the Jayalalitha Stadium crumbles in a state of disrepair. An interesting treat awaits you this weekend. A 30-year-old man with an IQ of a 6-year-old child. Here's one incentive for children to study harder. Some of the smartest minds win the Young World Quiz. Drive off in a nano. But there's a lot happening across the country. Let's also take a look at some national headlines. The Finance Ministry asks banks to check if they've been compromised after the corporate loan scam that shook the markets. Yediyurappa's troubles aren't over yet. Karnataka's Lokayukta says the probe into irregular land deals will continue. Number portability is here. You can retain your number but change your service provider. Rohtak is the first city to get it. 2611 survivor baby Moshe's grandparents are here in Mumbai from Israel. They say Moshe still has a strong tie to the city. And 3 goals for India at the Asian Games, a double in the 400-meter hurdles and a gold in boxing as well. Now, of course, in the big story at this hour, the latest twist to the 2G scam, the CBI has been asked by the Supreme Court to explain why A. Raja has not been questioned about his alleged role in the 2G scam. Now, the controversy over how 2G spectrum was allotted has cost Raja his job as the telecom minister. A reporter by the government's auditor blamed him for costing the government losses to the tune of 1.76 lakh crore rupees in 2008 when he chose to award licenses for 2G spectrum instead of auctioning it. The report also found that the most of the licenses were given to companies who misrepresented facts or submitted incomplete information. And one big development from the state in an earth-moving story, quite literally, we are getting reports that a blast rocked a cordite or guns and ammunition factory located 12 kilometers east of Ooty. Now, according to army sources, people trapped in the burning factory have been rescued. Meanwhile, again, reports also suggest that 5 people have been killed in this blast. Now, for more on this, we were joined by Sam Daniel, the chief correspondent for NDTV. He gave us the details of the blast, the causes and, of course, the rescue operations.
To begin with, police have now confirmed that 5 people have been killed, 10 more have been injured in that particular explosion that took place at the cordite factory at a place called Aravangadu, 12 kilometers from Ooty. This took place early in the evening today, and according to the police version, the accident took place at the acid tank inside the factory. According to them, workers were trying to mix 2 kinds of chemicals during which the explosion took place. But there is also another version coming from the sources from workers inside the factory. They say that the explosion took place when they were actually trying to move around 45 kilograms of explosives on a conveyor track, and on the way it hit another item which was blocking that particular track, and that impact, according to them, led to the explosion. But anyway, a probe has been ordered. Only a thorough investigation will reveal what exactly led to that particular explosion. But soon after that explosion, there were concerns that around 32 people could have been trapped inside. But now police confirm that they have accounted for all the missing people. Only 5 were actually working at that time. All 5 have been killed, and 10 people who were working in the neighboring section, they have suffered injuries now. But according to reports, right now the rescue work is going on. The army rescue team is right now doing the relief and rescue operations.
Right, and some more news from the state. The southern districts of Tamil Nadu are expected to receive isolated heavy rain today following a low pressure trough in the Bay of Bengal between Sri Lanka and the coast of Tamil Nadu. And in the latest, we are getting news of heavy rains in Pondicherry. The rain-related incidents such as flash floods and building collapses have claimed 88 lives already. A compensation of 2 lakh rupees has been announced for families of each of the victims. A relief package for farmers will also be announced. Now, as a precaution, schools and most colleges in Puducherry, Kadalur, Nagapattinam and Thiruvarur have been shut today. Already, many parts of the state have been receiving good rainfall due to the northeast monsoons. Now, storage in many reservoirs, including the Vaigai Dam, are almost full. But many areas remain inundated. Now, in what has been a fiercely debated issue, the Supreme Court today allowed the practice of Jallikattu to continue for the 5 months. Now, as per the state laws. However, the Apex Court has slapped along with the order a few stringent conditions. The rider includes that the bulls have to be registered with the Animal Welfare Board. Moreover, the district collector will now be required to classify the event as either big or small, depending on participation. The organizers will also be required to deposit a sum of 2 lakh rupees to be paid to the victims in case of an injury or death. And there's a lot happening in the city that you need to know about. We'll bring you all of that on the other side of this small break.